Hi, I'm Carrie from Simple Bird Studio. Here we are on our final block of Peggy's puzzle. Just when you thought there was nothing more to learn, I'm going to show you how to do some two-toned leaves and how to do all this intertwined bias stem work. So that's going to be fun. So I'm going to show you how to do these intertwined bias stems. So in places they go over and under. So the first thing I do is decide where this bias is going to go under, and I don't glue it in that place. I can actually put my finger underneath it right there and right there because I want this bias to go underneath. So the first thing I do is I'm going to put some dabs of glue in place. Okay, now I'm going to lift this piece up and put my first bias in place. Now I'm just going to curve the bias and just let it fall in place on the glue. Okay, I've worked up to the next area, which I want to thread this underneath. Okay, so that's that piece. Now my next piece is going to go underneath this piece right here. So even if I have glued it, I can just lift it up. So you can see I've got space there. So I'm just going to dot my glue, whoops, underneath. I take my next piece of bias. I'm going to just thread it under there first. It's like lacing skates. Okay, so we're just going to put it in place, and don't forget we need to allow for the 1/4 inch turn under. And just slowly let the bias curve and attach itself to the glue. And there's our next piece of bias. So we're all intertwined in there. It's over and under and looks braided. Okay, so the next thing we're going to learn how to do is how to do two-tone leaves. So you can see how I prepped them. This once it is one on top of the other will make one leaf. So I have completely prepped one side of it, and I've left the seam on this one unprepped. It doesn't matter which one you do. It doesn't matter if you prep this total piece or if you leave this one with this side leaving out. You just need a raw edge. So now I'm just going to pop the piece out, and I'm just going to put a few dabs of glue, and I'm going to just place it right there. Okay, so my next piece is going to sit on top of that raw edge. So put some glue in place. Now I'm going to start at the top and just move it in place. Okay, so as you can see, when I put the top piece on, the raw edge from the bottom piece, it sticks out just a little bit. I don't want to trim that off because it would be pretty close to the edge. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to tuck it underneath. And then when I'm stitching, I'm going to start my stitching here and just work all the way around and make sure that seam allowance is tucked underneath. And the same thing when I get to the bottom. When I'm stitching this top piece down here, I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to tuck that raw edge underneath and then complete my stitching all the way around. And there we have a two-tone leaf. So this is the final block, but don't worry, we've got a little bit more work to do. We've got some borders to do, and I'm going to show you that on our next video.